Let's get this up. There we go, wonderful. Now I just need to get the actual my actual channel to. Oh, whoops! I've left the volume on that. There we go. And I left the volume there. Whoops. Anyway, right. Let me just share this with a few places. I've informed the people that I want to inform anyway. Now, onto the actual game. It's might be easy for me to pay attention to the chat actually, because I've got this game is in a window. You can't see it on there, but trust me, it's in a window. It's in a smaller window, so I can actually see it. Anyway, I was originally thinking it's a point and click, but no, it's actually more of a VN. But so, good, I've got a drink here, because otherwise I'll be very, very dry in a minute. Let's go with the amazingly weird adventures of Into the Miskatonic. It said best keep it window size for animation. Bonjour, wee childrens. My name is Marie Peanut Butter, head of the occult science at Miskatonic University. Ours is the most prestigious institution of dark magic, the occult, and all the strange ghoulies that live in your peripheral vision. I am here today to tell you a story about a little girl that ruined everything. But ruining everything gives you the opportunities to make everything better. Wee wee! What's that? You ask why I have a giant hand sticking to my head? Well, that is because I am French. Okay, it is a thing we have, so no funny business, we? You'll learn about the strange things people are afflicted with throughout the history. After this, you'll think my head is cute and adorable, as you should. But first, let me describe to you the state of the world prior to the witch girl that ruined everything. Do not fret, you probably know this already, we? So, you are aware of the giant aliens that we call gods, and the cultists that worship them? No? Then let me tell you. Some worship Cthulhu, the giant man-octopus dragon thing. His cults teach eternal patience, waiting for Cthulhu to come back to them so he can destroy the world. Rude. Some worship Yog-Sothoth, the other dimensional god of knowledge. These smarty pants try to build portals to let him come here, but that would destroy the world too. Not so smarty. Most humans, like our witch girl, worship Shub-Niggurath, known as the Old Mother. Even cultists for other gods will pray to Shub-Niggurath at the end of their spells and rituals. Yeah, I quite like Shub-Niggurath personally. That is because Shub-Niggurath is the goddess of humanity. Her cults preach love and compassion among everyone. Very lovely, we? But like our witch girl, some can be blinded by their desire for harmony. There are some that would take advantage of the naive notion that all humans are loving and good. Not so lovely. Okay, so you know of gods now, oui? So let's talk a small bit about the humans of the world. Some countries have been more afflicted than others by the strange happenings of the universe. For example, in Canada, Yetis. Thousands of them. But the Canadians are well prepared. Yeti invasions are considered a national pastime. Bring the family. Well, shoot some Yeti. We'll shoot some Yetis. This is what us French call an English person. Note the sharp teeth, purple blush, and big ugly face. Okay, being English, I totally understand that. A couple of years ago, it was discovered that a huge percentage of the English nobility were actually cannibals, bleeding humans in underground caves like livestock. Well, that didn't surprise me. Everyone in England went crazy when it was found out, so now they're all cannibals too. Apparently, the Scottish just found it hilarious. Bet they did. This one is also my boyfriend, so no touching his ugly face, we? These little fellas are called Australians. When the Shoggoths left Antarctica, they came across a big island filled with lovely delicious humans. But these humans didn't want to be devoured, and even when half dissolved in the Shoggoth's belly, the humans would punch and kick and smash bottles inside them, making the Shoggoths very uncomfortable. So instead of trying to eat them, the Shoggoths formed this cute little symbiotic relationship with the Australians, granting them immortality in exchange for less punching. So the little Shanes? Oh, little Shanes and Sheilas Sheilas can happily booze and barbecue away for all eternity. This is called an American. Note the silly haircut and gigantic bum. Specifically, this American that our story revolves around. The little witch girl that ruined everything. How can you tell she's a witch? Why, there are many clues. Example, the pasty skin, a symptom of spending her days asleep and her nights dancing naked in the rain with her coven to conjure strange hexes. Also, the little black choker thing is the closest thing to a uniform they get. Also, she doesn't wash. Charming. Are you gonna make me look like a dumbass in this story? Because it was only like 20% my fault. Our story begins with our smelly dumbass being briefed on the university's secret protocols after just being hired as a security guard for the occult science fielding. But on her first assignment, she discovers that all is not as it seems at the procedure school. Thanks, nutsack. Now, Miss Lestrange, you understand that as a security agent, your off-site assignments are to be kept in the strictest confidence, even from the other members of the faculty, and especially the students. Uh-huh. You also understand that as a security agent, you'll be in very real danger, both from physical harm and mental corruption. You understand that your body is subject to mutation at any point during your employment and residence in Arkham. Bad. And finally, you understand that as a University of Occult Science, you are obligated to assist us with research regarding your supposed magic eyes, and failure to comply will result in your immediate dismissal. Sure. Well then, Mr. Strange, welcome to the Miskatonic University. That's kind of terrifying, and unfortunately I can't take a screenshot. Oh well. Awesome! Ah, you must be the new security guard, Charlotte, right? Yep, that's me. Great, I'm Johnny, head of the internal security. I'll be giving you a tour of the building you'll be patrolling. Then I'll show you to your quarters. Ready to go? Sure. Well, you'll be working here in the occult science building. Your wish, right? Have you dabbled in any occult science? Well, I'm pretty good at the occult stuff, though mostly I use it for errands and favours for folks. Plus a few hexes, blights, just to keep up that witchy appearance. Blood into the jam, bones into sponge cake, cat into mush. Oh, poor cat. Phallus into tiny screaming vestigial face. Normal stuff. Well, we do things a little differently here. This way. Awesome! This is the Ethereum, where our students can perform experiments on the Necromonicon. The creature acts as a shield to the outside world, keeping any experiments sterile and quarantine any unexpected summonings. Hi! Hello! We didn't know it could do that. Did you try talking to him? You're going to find some much needed common sense around here, Charlotte. This building also houses the Corporeum, a surgical theatre where our students can perform vivisections and autopsies on otherworldly creatures. Ah, speaking of which, this is Eddie, one of our monster hunters. Thanks to him, our Corporeum professors have been able to gather more information on living horrors than any other time in universal history. The trick is to figure out where its face is, and then commence repeated punching. Who's the new girl? This is Charlotte Lestrange, a witch from the Chisnook Coven. She'll be working security for this building. Hi. Looking after us rascals, eh? Well, just give me a clip round the back of the head if you see me slacking off, and I'll get back to work. Alright, big stuff? I have been known to whip some ass with my big muscles. There you go. Come round the chop shop. You want to see me and the lads wrangle up the other day. You witches like nightmares, right? Sure. Well, the fun ones anyway. Like when your teeth fall out and you smooth them off with sandpaper to make a lovely necklace. Or when you're running down a corridor in slow motion with a bunch of hands coming out of the carpet and grabbing your ankles, and you finally stop to ask them what they want, and it turns out your shoelaces were untied and they were just super concerned about your safety. Or when you're at school and you stand up in class but you forgot your pants and you're embarrassed but everyone compliments your butt. Well, you're a bloody weird one, Charlotte, so you'll fit right in here. Don't let my sister catch wind of you. She won't leave you alone. You're telling stories like that. Ah, and here's our curator of the Corporeum, Miss Marie Peanut Butter. She used to be a voyage shaman from Paris before coming to work with us. As fun as satisfying the void is, my true passion lies in discovering how things work out, oui? At least, when they are dead. Groovy, what's a void shaman? You know those dark thoughts you have sometimes, for seemingly no reason? The ones that tell you to jump when at the edge of a cliff, or rob the bank when cashing a check, or drop kick a grandma through a stained glass church window at a funeral? Oh yeah, I get those all the time. Well, those are not your thoughts. A few hundred years ago, the French aristocracy's way of life was so decadent and whim-filled that unborrowed sauciness only went and summoned a bloody hedonism god. Damn thing lives under Paris catacombs, communicates telepathically with people all over the world, urging them to give in to their darkest whims. Ah, so that's the reason. The French get the worst course, so their here shamans take it upon themselves to do the dark deeds so the rest of France doesn't have to. Must be a right giggle. My let acted as shaman before coming here. I took my clothes off, covered myself in lemon cake and green food colouring, and terrorised a local village as a delicious swamp monster. Okay, that's somebody's fetish. I quite enjoyed that one. Shall we press on with the tour? Sure, bye guys. So, not to be rude, but judging from the bandaged up arms and the sick eye scar and the terror lines in your hair, I'm guessing the impression that security work here is, you know, a little dangerous? Oh no, not for you at least. The Occult Science building is probably the safest on campus. Because if something went wrong in this building, we'd all be too dead to notice. Pff, don't listen to her. She's just a little jealous that the new girl gets the cushy gig while she's stuck in the math department. What happens in the math department? What doesn't happen in the math department? That's worrying. There's nothing so cold, so unforgiving, so dark as the mathematicians. The universe is naught but an equation. They shriek behind their burnt hair and sludge-stained cardigans. One that can be solved. But how do you solve the equation of a dozen screaming children being ingested by a black swirling chasm of teeth and clawing hands opened at the far end of the classroom by one of their damnable equations? Damn you, young Henry! Carry that damn too! So let's carry on with the show. Next up is the library. Awesome! Each student has a small library dedicated to researching and documenting the subject that the building's students are studying. Here, in the Occult Science building, we keep the original copy of the Necronomicon, as well as translated copies for our foreign exchange students. Because the Necronomicon was originally done in, I think, Sanskrit, it would have to be translated. Right? That's a lot of knowledge. Oh, and here's our librarian. Charlotte, meet Miss Emily Satrin. Ooh, blue. Hi, love your mask. I didn't know you guys had a Shoggoth here, and a tame one too. Oh, Emily isn't a Shoggoth. She just had a small accident with a Necronomicon a while ago. Ended up like this. But our cold scientists learned an awful lot about what happens when these tomes of black knowledge, when you spill your soy, no whip, ice, caramel, macchiato, 2-shot hazelnut on them. Ah, sure looks like a show off. Purple, gooey, moderately adorable with a hint of terrifying. Well, that's the Necronomicon for you. It's funny, spilling a non-fat frappuccino with extra whipped cream and chocolate sauce just turns you into a puddle of loose bones and blood. Still, hasn't stopped Emily from performing her duties, eh, Emily? Fool you. Shall we press on? Okay, nice to meet you, Emily. Charlotte, this is Lizzie of Dunwich, our Yog-Sothoth consultant. She has taught us quite a lot about the outer dimensions during her time here. Lizzie, Charlotte's the new security witch. It's Lizzie Dunwich. Are you the sort of witch that does the naked in the rain, or the sort of witch that does the lucky charms and the big hats? The main kind. You and me are gonna get along, yeesh. So, like, how come I can't... What are you? I I'm Lizzie. What are you? No, I mean, why do you look like a shadow, or like part of my eyeball has stopped working? It's 'cause humans can't see, 'cause they're all afraid of me and my sister's appearances. Everything else can see me, so why doggies are all tuck tails whenever I go near them. This is an example of a mental phenomena found only in humans known as cerebral voiding. It's a trick by the brain to preserve the sanity of its carrier when a person comes across sights too horrible to comprehend. The brain refuses to render it, instead showing a black silhouette in place of the sight itself. Essentially, instead of Lizzie's insanity-inducing true form, your brain is protecting you by showing you a shadow instead. But I saw the interviewer no problem. The guy whose face was just teeth and gums, and the girl with a hand sticking out of her head, Emily the librarian. Yep, Lizzie and her Dunwichian sisters are in a league of their own when it comes to horrific appearances. We sent a lot of students to the asylum trying to figure her own. That is awesome! Yes! Here our head of catering, Mrs. Roth. She can cook anything with 3 or more legs. Yum, hi! Oh, look at you witches all skin and bones! You just let one of my little gremlins know what fills your tum, and I'll whip it right up. What's the humanitarian dish for today? Dave from accounting, my dearest. Ooh, pork sandwiches. Yummy. We employ a small staff of cannibals from England, Eddie in the Coporium and Annie being 2 of them. They only eat fresh, accidental deaths with the family's consent. Usually. Oh, I get it, humanitarian. It's funny. Well, once you're done with Johnny's little tour, let me know and I'll make you breakfast. You're making her into breakfast? Let me have that arse portion. We'll make steak and kidney pie. Big ol' witch rump. You ain't eating no rump steak, Annie. Your little heart's got poor old Dave. Oh, come on. At least let me have your ugly feet, eh? Nice and lean, covered in flavour, and entirely useless. Look at them, all the way down there. When I'm done with them. Great! Let me get a little appetizer, eh? A little lecturing the toesies? Pre-brunch snacket? How about it? Don't encourage her, dear. She'll be crawling all over me till your feet are falling off. My bad. Speaking of cannibals. Good morning, Miskatonic. It's your favourite morning announcer, Mindy in the Morning, bringing you all the Miskatonic morning announcements as and when I see fit. It's currently 2:30 in the afternoon, so let's get started. Those of you students that have volunteered for the submerged Necronomicon mutation testing that has unfortunately been called off by Professor Baxter on the grounds that the school swimming pool is now alive. Lunch today will be turgid and depressing. And with the owner of a white child, please support the reception office. It is currently being towed. What was that? That's Mindy, the morning announcer. Does she do that a lot? Perpetually. You seem pretty confident around this stuff, Charlotte. Oh, I grew up in Maine. Not as many mutated folks, but they make up for it in all the goofy supernatural happenings. Hey, Johnny, there has been looking for you. Thanks, cousin. Come on, Charlotte. Let's make a quick stop. What happened to her? Oh, that's Chasm. one of our portal diver team. They usually work out of Dunwich, coming back to write reports on their expeditions. When they come back, of course. So, let me make a quick stop and I'll show you to your room. Dr. Thurs Valentine. Ah, Johnny. So this is the strange girl. The crumbler. The ruiner. Wow, look at that sky. I like how your coat melts into the floor. Yep, this is her, Charlotte. This is Dr. Thurs Valentine, the head of the occult science and discoverer of residual evil. It is work taught the university about lingering nature of documenting malicious entities. Oh no, his work is... essentially, he figured out why seemingly innocent innocuous writings, can summon horrific creatures or cast terrible curses. It is why the books bleed. That's cool. I had a book that kept growing teeth and screaming and whatnot. It was my diary, though. Excellent. I shall inform my colleagues of your arrival. We will merrily indulge in the popped corn. Ta-ta. I like him. You know, you've come highly recommended, Charlotte. Oh yeah, by who? Charlotte! I can't believe you finally hired my tiny baby monster. I mean, what are you doing here? Got some gainful employment, teaching kids about old school dark magic. None of this occult science in my class. Oh, they got you teaching. Oh, you know, I'm in security. Keeping folks safe, wandering the halls, swinging a comically large keychain, bopping folks on the head with a flashlight, top secret missions, stuff like that. Pretty on point hiring selection, if you ask me. Heh, yeah, safety, that's definitely a key word when I think of Charlotte Lestrange and her magic eyeballs. Hey, those cats turned inside out on their own. Those cats turned inside out on their own. I sneezed. Hush your gums. Well, speaking of abominations, I gotta go teach a bunch of 18-year-olds how to turn blood into peanut butter by dancing in the rain. You're gonna love it here, Charlotte, and the Miskatonic's just one big like-minded community, all working towards making the world a better place, just like our coven. Get on phone, you got some time off. There was nothing cosmic about them, Rumen. They were just cats with their bones on the outside. They got better. So you two are in the same kind of cult? Sort of. We're witch cultists of Shub-Niggurath. Essentially, we believe that since the universe is filled with crazy, awful bullshit, that humans should be nice and loving to each other. Some of us, like the Cult of the Black Sun, have these awesome bake sales for their neighborhoods, whereas others, like the Cult of Loveliness, hunt and slaughter encroaching monsters to protect their hometowns. We're sort of like goth Girl Scouts. Oh, I'm all for that. What about you witches? We take all our clothes off and dance in the rain. Typical witchy stuff, but we use black magic to do nice things for the townsfolk. Body snatching breech birth babies to make them crawl out their mum, summoning fixer pixies when a guy's legs fall off, using transmutation circles as portals for when the trash collectors want a week off. Stuff like that. Wait a minute. The Cult of the Black Sun do bake sales? And the Cult of Loveliness are monster hunters? What does the Cult of Kill, Murder, Death plant gardens or something? Oh, you mean the Cult of Fetid Reputation? No, those guys deliver meals to old ladies. And what was that about magic eyes? Oh, don't worry about that. I just do this. Oh! Fuck. That's terrifying. Extremely terrifying. And sometimes weird stuff happens in people's minds. Usually they forget something or an eye twitch. As long as I don't use it on little animals, it's pretty harmless. Okay, so let's keep going. He's got nothing to say to that. This is your room, a little tight, but the lunch ladies bring us security guys breakfast every day. I'll let you get settled, then you can explore your patrol route until Bob gives you your first assignment. It's perfect, thanks Johnny. Okay, I better go familiarize myself with my patrol route. Hello again! It's time for a quick tutorial. You're about to enter what's called patrol mode, wherein you're allowed to freely investigate the occult science building. Use your mouse to click characters to initiate conversations or doorways to move to other places in the building. Charlie's patrol will always start here outside her room. And if you want to save the game, hit the little cog in the bottom right of the screen. Give it a try! And don't forget to visit me at the Corporium. Where's the cog? Oh, there it is. Yep, okay. Please put all British spillagers' corpses, interdimensional tears, and unattended viscera to a member of Janitor Staff. They are appropriately trained in sanitation, body disposal, quantum physics, and mild voodoo. I like the look of this girl here. Did you know before it was completely abandoned, Innsmouth desperately tried to become a tourism town? What? Tried to focus on aquatic circuses, gift shops, and freak shows featuring leftover deep ones. I happen to be named most attractive deep one hybrid every weekly beauty contest. I can see as to why. Huh? You don't look like a deep one. That's probably why I kept winning. Fair enough. Can we talk to her again, or... Oh no, it's the same dialogue, fair enough. Nico Dak, I think. Or Day. Nico Day? You're the new security girl, right? I'm Nico Day, archivist of the Occult Science Building. Feel free to tell me your deepest and darkest. Okay, I left school when I was 9 to go a witch and quietly hope that schools don't teach people anything important past that. Interesting. And they do, by the way, quite a bit. Oh, well, shit. Don't listen to him. If you can count and spell, everything else is optional. Roger Cavendish, Chief Medical Officer. And what does that tell you? You can do more than count and spell, right, Doctor? Well, a few things bring people back from the brink of a terrible baphometic death, creating vaccines for supernatural diseases. Have you ever seen a prosthetic tentacle? Don't get him started on his damn prosthetic tentacles. Any more little nuggets of secrecy, Charlotte? Okay, here's a fine one. People think that I cock my hips all the time because it's a Shub Niggurath witch coven thing, when really it's because I'm secretly proud of my butt. It's a good butt. Rest of me sucks, but it's a damn good butt. On behalf of all the cannibals, thank you for sharing it with the world. You're welcome. Hey, there's the friend. So, I'm subbing a class for one of the astronomy guys, right? And substituting means it's time to watch a documentary in the lecture hall. And everyone's watching this thing, and it's like the closest star to our solar system is about 4.5 light years away, and you thought you felt lonely. And I'm like, why would you assume that? Why assume that about literally everyone who watches this thing. I grew up in a coven surrounded by spells, things, psycho bitches, and now I'm working at university. I salivate at the concept of loneliness. I wonder if they say that. I wonder if they say that in nature documentaries too, trying to make weird animals later. Yeah, and you thought you sprayed pungent union at attacking predators. And you thought you had a projectile tongue that was sticky at the end so you could catch cute bugs. And you thought you had a four-headed penis. What the F has a four-headed penis? I believe I mentioned it before. It's, an echidna. Yeah, echidna, there you go, I was right. Maybe girl echidnas are into the whole eldritch horror kink. Guy echidnas gotta step up their game and turn their penises into horrifying, horrific nightmares. I had no argument for this. Right, what are these two? Annika Silverstein. Ah, it's the new security. Annika Silverstein, Alien Theology. Caitlin Brookshaw, Pun Enthusiast. Pun Enthusiast? Charlotte Strange, Badass Witch Cop. So, what happened to the last security guy? Are they on sick retirement adventures? Last I heard, he landed in Aruba. Then the rest of him landed in Cancun. Ooh, that's not good. Yes, quite tragic. Entire cult science building exploded, leaving only a crater, oddly filled with indentations of the faces of the workers and students who were in there. That was before our time, of course. Since we're alive and whatnot. Huh. But there's like protections from that happening again, right? Oh yeah, they put a sneeze guard in. Exactly. Right. Well. Okay, that's everyone. Anything else I can click on? That badass picture. Oh, I enjoyed myself. I should go around, meet some folks, get a lay of the land, and all that. I'm only working here for a while. Well, that's the door. That's the room I came out of, isn't it? Oh, look, there's thingy up there in the sky. Up there on the wall. I didn't notice her. Hello, Spooky. How's your feet? Why the fascination with my feet, Annie? Surely the juiciest stuff for cannibals is like the brain or whatever. Oh, no, 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 no. Can't eat brains, my lovey. Eating brains gives you the shiggles. Shiggles? What's the shiggles? Shits and giggles. An English disease. Makes you shiver and laugh uncontrollably while you lose control of your body. Then you die. Had a friend who had it back home. Significantly less hilarious than it sounds. That sucks, man. Yep, and now I'm all inconsolable, and the only way to cheer me up is to give me a bite of your giant bum. Damn it, Annie, you almost had me feeling like you weren't a complete ass. I don't need the complete ass, just half a cheek at most. Okay, that was pretty clever. I'm here all week. Alright, pretty sure I came out of that room, so... Yep, probably not gonna need to start taking naps in my day job. Let's try this one. Devastating. All my classes are at 7 a.m. Got any ideas for a book that'll help me wake up in the morning? Wait, all your classes? Ah, you'll want internalized zombification in the necrology aisle. All the benefits of being a zombie without the drawbacks of looking like a corpse. Longfellow, I recognize that name. Though your interests will occasionally fall out of your butthole. Oh, your intestines will fall out of your butthole. Okay. Huh, they must have a book for everything. Though I take coffee over scooping intestines back into my butthole, maybe that's just me. Oh, who's this person? Merlin Lucent. A fun trick of the black magic users of the old days was to write how-to spell books that, simply by reading them, would cast the curse. And the reader was trying to learn on the reader themselves. Fiendish but funny, according to them. What happened to your eye holes? How to throw ethereal fire directly into somebody's eyes. Luckily, it was just the Cliff Notes version. Ooh. What's this middle doorway? Ah! Hey Emily, do you guys have any books on advanced witchcraft? I want to keep fresh while I'm here. Ooh, Lulu. I'll take that as an of course we do, Charlotte. Have you seen the size of this goddamn library? We got books that ain't even been written yet. Ooh. Signs of Rain Dancing by Professor Anna Undercarriage. Huh. Guess maybe I'll fit in here. A little better than I thought. I've been doing science all this time. Much like electricity, the human body acts as a conductor of magical energy intrinsic in the air of the regions of high concentration. This effect is exacerbated with wet skin, leading to many witch cults dancing naked in the rain in order to conjure spells effectively. Indeed, it seems paranormal encounters seem more frequent when it's raining or in regions of the world where rain is frequent. The witch cults of Seattle and Scotland are considered incredibly powerful and fearsome, though this is simply due to their geographical advantage. Would they to be taken away from their home deluges, they would be simply as effective as their new weather patterns permit them to be. Ha! Sick burn! Hello, Wobbly, what you eating? Man, this is so much witches, you wouldn't get it. Nah, probably not. That stuff's not cool and magical for a dumb old cannibal like Annie. No place for an ugly old purple blood like poor old dumb old cannibal Annie. Poor dumb Annie. Well, hey, come on, I didn't mean it like that. Hey, next time it rains, I could teach you a few tricks. How about it? Get you a pet frog, give it a couple of extra eyes. What do you say? That sounds fun, but can I make a suggestion? Sure, I guess. Rather than rain, can we dance around in buffalo sauce? I think I want a little zing when I bite your bum. Damn it, Annie, why don't you go bug someone else? Because you're the only one that finds it funny. There's a difference between laughing at something because it's funny and laughing at something because it's ridiculous. Most folks run away from folks like me. They seem to take threats of being devoured quite seriously. And there's nothing I like more than watching you run away, Charlotte. Aw, you beat me to it. Yeah, see you around, Annie. She's got a whole bunch of tentacles there. So, what's with the puppets? We help her talk with unfamiliar people on unfamiliar subjects. One must become more familiar with us in order to become more familiar with her. Spent a little too long in the psychology department, huh? I've heard research and all them dark psychiatrics can rub off on people. And you spent a little too long in engineering to not know when someone's pulling your leg. So working and studying in certain buildings has a residual effect. I wonder what effect working in the occult science building has on witches. I wouldn't start taking a chalkboard to my coven dance rituals. No one wants to know the angle of rotation on one of my sick free-balling pirouettes. So hey, why do so many people have their tentacles coming out their backs? Have you ever faced a batho-necrotic explosion head-on? No, can't say I have. Neither has anyone else. First rule of batho-necrotic explosion, turn away from the batho-necrotic explosion. Well, I guess the first rule would be, don't cause a goddamn batho-necrotic explosion, but people can seem to help breaking that one. You can probably tell from the lack of extra limbs, but I have no idea what a batho whatever actually is. It's the process of deliberately caving in an artificial portal through our dimension to stop extra-dimensional entities from getting out. It's a last resort, since usually there are teams of portal divers still inside, but hey, better than the end of the world, huh? I guess. Hey, maybe you guys should try transmuting circles. That's what us witches use when we need to summon creepy stuff, and none of my coven have any weird tentacles. All you need is chalk, a little blood, some candles, and a complete disregard for pants. Yes, we've all been taught the witch method, but the scientific method reduces the elements of randomness, increasing the size and duration of the portal to allow for human entry. And best of all, you get to keep your clothes on. That doesn't sound like best of all, to be honest. So science and magic plus underwear, huh? And there's a little guy here. Hey Lizzie, what you up to? Quilly cheese is the best human invention. Everyone says so. Yeah, I totally agree. Everyone? Like everyone in university? Everyone in the dimension? The Mygo, the Lithians, the Starspawn, Cthulhians. The Cthulhians when someone makes one for them. The homeworld elder things. Even Yogg-Sothoth likes one now and then. Really? Not like the eternal combustion engine, no penicillin, the telephone, light bulbs, eyeglasses, great big trains, microscopes. Nah, we don't need any of that. So humanity, for all of its achievements, all the love and loss, all the wars, all the technology, innovation, all the art and culture, everything we've done, and we're considered by the rest of the universe as those guys that make mean grilled cheese. I don't know how to feel about that. Neither do I, to be honest. June Balloon. Studying at the Miskatonic is a huge opportunity. There are so few monster hunters in my hometown. I think my job prospects in the future are pretty bright. It does come with some drawbacks, though. You're not likely to finish your studies exactly the same species as you started. Oh hey, at least at the very worst, I'm pretty sure this place could always use more freaky-ass teachers. Want me to look at it? Oh wait, I don't think I went through the centre bit there. That looks like Dunwich itself. Nothing out there for me, my jurisdiction's right here. Although patrolling the whole university would probably be good for the old leg muscles. Get all toughened up in case of any sick monster attacks. Can't stand lean steak myself, much prefer pressed ham. Stop trying to make me laugh, Annie, it ain't gonna work. Oh yes it is. It's gonna make me laugh anyway. So, what do you reckon they're doing in there? Poking, prodding, same as always. Eventually they'll get bored and we'll be tasked with carting off the husk. If you told tiny child Albert that in the future carrying corpses would be considered the easiest part of his day, I think he'd pitch a fit. I'd have thought the part between carrying the body to the corporeum and carrying it away would be the easiest part. Though I guess hanging out in this spooky ass hallway can be a little exhausting too. He's got a bloody... I mean, that just looks like a creature from Half-Life. Head crab, that's it. Just a small word of advice to the biology department. You can't just stick a dog and a war veteran into a centrifuge and rejigger the mush into a living being. And everyone say hello to the world's very first werewolf. There's clearly a reason I'm not down there with you guys. Aside from, you know, the carnage it would cause. Good point, Mindy. Did you guys hear that? A goddamn werewolf. You guys want to check it out? We're not done here, Mike. We've got to get the incinerators going before we can knock off. Connors is right. First we burn whatever nightmare the Corporium's working on. Then we can go gawk at whatever nightmare the biology department's working on. They got their own burners after all. I always thought you had to get bit by a werewolf to become a werewolf. Then again, why would any werewolf stop at one bite and not just eat whatever it's biting? Maybe that's why we don't have zombie plagues anymore. Oh man, look at this sick, awesome thing. And that, that tough stuff is a colony of cuddleworms, complete with the bloody spinal cord of their human host. They like to lay their eggs in city water pipes, and once consumed, they attach to the spinal columns of their hosts, eventually controlling their every move. Sort of like zombies, except, you know, a lot more screaming and begging for death, we? Very interesting species. That's a deceptively adorable name for the worst thing ever. I bet the boys a tenner that I could yank the spine out of this poor sod's mouth. Turns out the worms form a rock-solid grip on the host's brain while they're piloting him. Fingers here is gonna give him a prod. See if she can't get him to let go of the bugger's meat. Ugh. Oh, here we go. Excuse me, I just had a dark thought encouraging that I slit my wrists, take off your trousers, and play your bum like the bloody bongos. Probably better you spare blood, eh? C'est la vie. Ah, big strong man helping out little lady sadistic madness. Cute. Did we click on that guy as well? Oh yeah, okay, we've done that. Right, so next hallway. Ooh, cool spider girl over here. Yes. Essentially, you just need to maintain your resources, spending them on village and stat upgrades, but village upgrades get passive benefits to both villages, so you need to be careful that you're not helping the other team and their village. Ooh, what game is she talking about? See, that's where I went wrong with my first game. After I constructed our breeding pit, the other village gained enough population resource to speed their building and foraging processes. What the shit are they talking about? I wish I knew. I want to get involved in that game, like now. So after you've drawn from the encounter deck, if what you draw is a monster, pick from the monster deck. Then you can choose to fight or flee. If you fight, compare your player card's frosty stat with the monsters and add a d6 to both stats to determine whether you win or lose. If you want to flee, it's the same process with liquidity stat. Once you've returned to the village board, you can add your successful foraging tokens to the village stockpile. Whatever team successfully builds their village first wins, or whatever team's village runs out of food, materials, or population resource loses. And do I have to go by my in-game name too? Couldn't hurt. They're just talking about some sort of board game. Never played one before. Not many places to put the board you off when you're off dancing in the woods with nothing but a smile on. I know where to keep the pieces. Well, I mean, maybe I shouldn't go there. What's new about our planet is that all the plants and animals share a universal language, or a sort of collective consciousness guiding things like migratory patterns, blooming seasons, what is predator and what is prey, things like that. It also acts as a conduit of emotions for organic life. A flower is plucked, the garden screams, a cow is slaughtered, the whole herd weeps. Humans seem to have lost this ability over the last 100,000 years, and those few that can hear it go mad with the knowledge of it. Just so you know, the planet is very upset with you humans. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Guess I'd better go apologize to my bagel. Oh man, I hope that ain't true. As wish goddess of a love goddess, I should probably be spreading the love to everything, not just humans. And I've eaten a whole lot of burgers. Due to recent unusual experiment by a member of our security team, the Ethereum has become talkative and boisterous. As a result, our most boring students are required to spend recreational time chatting with the Ethereum in an attempt to shut it up. Students encountered are encouraged to practice vivisection during recreational hours, using the locally bred horrors, nightmares, pets, or children available. These resources are included in your tuition. Occult Science entrance. Students of the Occult Science are discouraged from interacting with other students of the Miskatonic alumni. As strange or upsetting as occult science seems to be, the subject is incredibly tame in comparison. Ask yourself why anyone would come to the Miskatonic University to study geography. Ask a point. Books branded at the schools in Sydney are to, under no circumstances, leave the library. Branded books found outside the library will be shot on sight. Okay, I think I've read every bit there. Was that The Monster Maid? Ooh, sounds like a thing I'd like to watch. Oh, it's up there as well. Hello again, how's it going? Can't complain. Jessica Morgan. So, you're the one who taught the Ethereum to talk, huh? I guess, but I think he knew already. Hi, I'm... Wait, let me figure it out. She's going all touchy-feely. Layer of grime over the extremities, so you're aware of the mutagenic atmosphere and have applied a home remedy, so you're local to New England. But no real accompanying stench other than that of dead flowers, so you're often with other people. Mild wobbling at the touch indicates a lack of exercise, but the very dirty boots mean you're outside in the rain a lot. Judging by the short black skirt and choker, you're an active worshipper of Shamingarath, the goddess of love and humanity, and combining the grime, wobbliness, smell, and outfit, you must therefore be a member of the Chunskook Witch Coven. Wow, exactly. Although they were just observations, so what's with the creepy tentacles? This is as close to a handshake as I get. Ah, well. Enchanté. So what's your deal? Oh, I'm Jessica Morgan. I'm the record keeper for experiments performed on the Necronomicon, though I was a detective before my arms got all noodled. How how do you keep records if you can't control your arms? With a handshake like that, how do you hold a pen? What do you mean? I have perfect control of my arms. Oh. Oh. Well, it was nice meeting ya. See ya later, Ethereum. Bye, Spooky. Bob's office. Staff are encouraged to only disturb Bob on matters of immediate security or apocalyptic concern. Students are encouraged to go away. Do those wormy things act as your arms? That's pretty groovy. Yep, the thing to remember about all these occult shenanigans is that most of these monsters are just really ugly animals, and animals can be trained. Hey, aren't those like those creatures from that first-person shooter that I can't remember the name of? Cool. How'd you train them? Traditional combination of treats and mild punishment. As a treat, I'll let them keep my arms, and as a punishment, I headbutt the shit out of them. Now they never leave Mummy's side. Don't even have to command them for the easy stuff. What counts as easy stuff when training floating worms to act as replacement arms? Oh, you know, cooking, cleaning, getting changed, all the essentials. You should see me play the trombone. Okay. Lots of interesting images there. Here's a group of 3. The server refers to having every internal organ replaced by half-sentient liquid slurry. For example, you wouldn't believe how much of your brain is dedicated to simply maintaining the automatic processes of your body. With the slime, my brain is now free to fully ponder the questions of the universe. Oh, well, I gotta admit, you're putting a good spin on this. Still, having to carry a handkerchief around to mop up the incorrigible sludge out of my eye sockets is a drawback. Forget hygiene, you're at Miskatonic. If you're only trailing black slime, you're practically cleaning the place up. Nothing gets an occult scientist down, I guess. Though, wouldn't his brain also be replaced by the goo? The geography building has probably the least dangerous lessons on campus, but also has the highest security. Can't have the public figure out where the plateau of Leng is, or worse, Rayla. Why not? You know how some people can't help but get close as they can to the scene of a car crash? Imagine that car crash being a centralized supernatural apocalypse based in the Pacific Ocean. Folks would climb over each other to check that out. Yeah, I guess. I bet it looks pretty radical. So, what's with folks changing their names for that board game people are talking about? It's to make the consequences of the game seem more real. A lot of people need an escape from work or their studies, and the game's a good way to do it. Huh. You think I could play with you guys when I've got some time off or whatever? Depends. What's your in-game name gonna be? Thrust Powerful, Badass Barbarian, Saving Sick Wenches or whatever. Nope. Bye. Better than anyone else's dumb name. Whatever, who'd want to play a game where Thrust Powerful the Badass Barbarian sounds non-canon anyway? I don't know, the game sounds fun. Good afternoon, Charlotte. Are you ready for your first assignment? Sure, lay it on me. Excellent. The Miskatonic has small research outposts located all over the world, dedicated to collecting and relaying occult data back to the university via radio. One such outpost is in New Orleans, where you'll be going. Oh, cool holiday. Okay, what happened in New Orleans? We're not sure. Our researcher is supposed to relay daily radio messages back to us, but hasn't checked in for several days. Your task is to go to the outpost and knock the door. If he's there, ask why he hasn't been relaying the data. If he's not, return and tell us. That's it? Knock on the door? Exactly. Under no circumstances are you to enter the outpost. Just knock. And leave. Okay, so how do I get there? After a few, well, disasters, the government demanded that the Miskatonic experiments be completely sealed off from the outside world. As a result, every outpost in the country is interconnected by these tunnels. Help stop transporting creatures running off into the wilderness, see? Spooky, so I'm walking to New Orleans. Oh no, of course not. You'll have a driver. Hi! Ah, hey Lizzie! Looks like you're driving this spooky-ass tunnel system together. Yish! New Orleans is not too far in straight lines. Should get there lickety-split. Have fun, you two, and remember, don't go into the outposts. Okay, see you later, Johnny. Guess this is the place. Huh, that's weird, the door's open. So? Well, the mission is to knock the door, see if anyone's in, and then leave the doors open. Something bad might have happened. Like what? I don't know, it could be anything. Maybe they're out of banana bread. Maybe someone's pregnant, and they've gone to get a doctor. Maybe Cthulhu cultists have invaded to have a sick down. Maybe they're pregnant with Cthulhu cultists' banana bread baby. We should check it out. Supposed to be authorized to go into outposts. Done witches and witches are for knocking on doors, not poking around our outposts. Come on, we'll be, showing initiative. They'll be like, wow, Lizzie and Charlotte, you sure saved the day poking around in that outpost. Good thing you did, or all those chupacabras would have got back to home base and ate all of us. I don't think that's what they'll say. Well, I'm going to take a look anyway. Feel free to join me if you want to save the university from chupacabras. Guess I'll be okay if we just look. Fear the goo. Oh, that's not a good sign, is it? New Orleans outpost. Initially, the outposts were each equipped with long-range radios, able to communicate with each other, stave off loneliness, good for morale. Until the Australia outpost incident broadcasted the screaming of an entire country on all frequencies. Now the outposts can only communicate with the Miskatonic hub. Can't hear each other, good for morale. Fear the goo. What's this? Huh? Fear the goo? Written in goo. What goo should I be fearing? Should I fear the goo, the fear... Should I fear the goo, the goo sign is written in? Maybe it's peanut butter. Humans are allergic, right? Only the ones who ate deliciousness are the only ones who ate deliciousness. Nope, I think this is a warning about the same goo it's written in. Can't be that dangerous then, if the warner preferred using it over, a pen. Maybe he has no pen. Maybe his pen is goo. Maybe that's why he's so afraidy. Because of pen goo. Pen goo. Guess there's only one way to find out. Let's keep going. Oh, that's a rather big collection of goo. The goo room. There's a lot of it. I love it like there's no other explanation there. It's just, there's a lot of it. I better do this whole room before we move on. That's the detective thing to do. Yeah, that's not what you're meant to be doing though. That's a lot of goo. Extraction facility. Initially, we thought the signs were overkill, the Miskatonic already being notorious for its anal retentive approach to the supernatural. Alas, after several decades and several thousand casualties, we learned that the most dangerous thing in our work was a wandering mind. Somewhat true, I guess. Shipballs. The door is locked. So? So, there might be goodies inside. Eldritch goodies. Look, it says here, extraction facility. This must be where they're getting the goo. Gotta get in there. Why? Because if someone tells me to fear something, I like to know exactly where that something comes from and how to punch whoever made it in the head. Whoop some ass. Besides, it sounds exactly like something that the hottest new occult detective team in New Orleans would do, right? Solving some sick mysteries. You okay? Record all findings. Yachnethi. They were allowed a small number of personal effects on site. Easier to let them have their little trinkets than to enforce contraband rules, and the occasional knife in the gut for a supervisor was seen as an affordable expense. Looks like a syringe. That's a beefy ass needle hole thing, too. This goo is either going into something or coming out of something. Either way, it looks like it hurt like hell. Welcome to Innsmouth. I suppose it's Innsmouth, home of the Deep Ones. Maybe that's where whoever lived here was from. What's a Deep One? They were a race of fishy, foggy folk that lived in the underwater city off the coast of Innsmouth. In exchange for plentiful fishing and crabbing seasons, they would mate with the local Innsmouth babes and create little baby hybrids. Apparently, it was a pretty sweet deal until some wandering douche came through town and ruined it. Went and told the government they torpedoed the underwater city and rounded everyone up and sent them to concentration camps and whatnot. Kinda sad, really. I hear the little hybrid tadpoles are adorable. Some sort of manifesto. April 9th, half a gallon, his name was Daniel. 2 gallons, told me to give her a locket to her lover. 1 gallon, he was still alive, what have I done? Then it stops. Huh? It says, each night my darling wife hidden deep in the back room of an Orlesian brothel, prays to her goddess Shub-Niggurath. Keeping the faith, groovy! That we might find a new home, that I might find work much less dreadful. She is becoming too large to convincingly lie that she is carrying a human child, so we must gather our pennies and leave soon. Huh? There's a little photo. Aw, look at her, so pretty, so full of tadpoles. And he is kinda handsome in that, amphibious way. Aw. Why is that aw? Why is that not you? All the storybooks say there's no purer love than that between a girl and a frog. What? April 12th, 1936. Hey, that's yesterday. A new prisoner was delivered for ooze extraction. He claims he was a riverboat captain with a ship that sails up and down the Mississippi River. He claims there is a Deep One refuge situated in Minnesota. wherein my people live and thrive, hidden from the university's horrific testing and the government's terrible camps. I shall rescue my beloved tonight under cover of darkness, and we three shall make for Minnesota. I'll miss the radio call-in, and they shall send someone to investigate my squalid concrete prison. But we shall be long gone. Huh, so he must be keeping his fellow against his will, using him to extract goo from folks. But why? Maybe we should ask him. No, if the university's as evil as this guy says they are, we best keep our mouths shut and do a little independent investigation. We gotta find out what this goo is, what they're using it for, and why they're being such bastards. Oh, back to the holding cell. Every outpost, no matter how small, no matter what research it housed, had to have a holding cell. The topics we study at the Miskatonic have an alarming rate of contagion. That's one way of putting it. Not for holding delicious pastries. Fucking shit on my dick. Another goddamn locked door. You look angrier than you should be. Sorry, the concept of, privacy makes witches a little testy. Whatever, let's find ourselves some keys and F these locks up. Ooh, I like these posters. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. I love them all. Little Yachnidi. The deep ones could be manipulated in a way humans couldn't. They had what the brains called a deeper emotional intelligence than us. They would cry at the simple concept of tragedy, so to threaten them with their own was viciously effective. Like I said, what the fuck? Hey, I love it. Are those the super rare Dead Randy monogamy arc covers? How did he get these? These are ultra banned all across America. We gotta take these. What? Dead Randy, the sexy necromancer. It's the cute little incubus that runs around saving zombie girls after the world ends. Look at their eyes, they've turned pink as well. And then boning them. The story arc was written by my first Coven Den mother, Agnes Ski Williker. It's a story of how this succubus girl, this purple girl here, wants Dead Randy all to herself. But while they're all mutual, Dead Randy gets sad that he's not boning mad dames, and him and the succubus girl learn that love should be shared with everyone, not saved for individuals. Yes, go Polly. It's adorable. Why did humans ban it? Same reason they ban everything, folks getting too cheerful. Promoting cultist ideologies, they said. Not sure how love everyone you can and don't be a douche is considered the same as, let's get Cthulhu to F the world up, but whatever. Plus, I guess Dead Randy's pretty rampant in this series. Hard to get that love everyone message across in a story about a nymphomaniacal blue midget getting, without getting, vigorous. But the message was so awesome! Completely true to our cult's mantra, and everyone in Chestnut thought us witches were pretty groovy after these stories came out. Preach love and compassion, for the universe offers neither. They put that as our town motto after Miss Agnes wrote this series. Come on, he's gotta have the hard copy somewhere. The girls in the coven will shit their minds when they hear what I found. She's still looking kind of concerned. Still though, I love the look of these. Aww. There we go. The sexy necromancer, death of a deviant. Dead Randy in the second announcement, Harmony Arc, Episode 1, Death of a Deviant. Once again, Dead Randy finds himself expelled from the Incubus Academy of Hell for failing the not looking like a tiny idiot portion of the class. Forever exiled, Randy seeks refuge on a desolate Earth, destroyed by a mysterious plague that leaves the land barren in all but zombies. Using his powers of necromancy, Dead Randy calls together another village made of bones and sinew, drawing zombies from all over the wasteland looking for a place to live. Once populated, randomly affectionately names this new town the Bone Town. Oh yeah, I pick a few cute zombie girls in the shambling horde. One way ticket to the Bone Zone. Damsel in Decay. The Dead Randy Harmony Arc, Episode 2, Damsel in Decay. The Bone Zone completed and the zombie villages settled, Dead Randy enjoys a life of carnal luxuries, but with hordes of zombies come their arch enemies, the only living creatures left on Earth. That's right, packs of feral Pomeranians are attacking villages of the Bone Zone, and when one of his lovely consorts are dragged away, it's up to Dead Randy to save her and drive away the feral pups. Man, he is humping the shit out of that zombie. I'm starting to understand why they banned this arc. Butts aren't supposed to fall off. Oh yeah, polyamorous polymania. Dead Randy, the Sexy Necromancer Harmony Arc, Episode 3, Polyamorous Pollyanna. A new visitor from the underworld arrives in Bone Town, a salacious succubus named Sally. Marveled by his accomplishments, Sally becomes enamored with Dead Randy, and demanding that the pair revoke their demonic job descriptions and become mutual lovers. Shocked at the idea that another demon could love him, and much to the dismay of the hordes of zombie girls, Randy vows to become Sally's boyfriend. Poor Dead Randy, seduced by the idea of exclusive affection, like my dead mother always says, love 100 people and 1,000 people will love you back. That's an interesting tale. Ooh, very nice. Trouble in Paradise. Dead Randy is announced at Harmony Arc, Episode 4, Trouble in Paradise. After a few months of unrelenting ravaging, Randy and Sally start to become bored of their exclusivity. But while Randy aches to share his love with the rest of the village, Sally demands that he spend his pent-up affection on grinding through their turbulent relationship. Bad move, Sally. You've got two folks going against their nature of sharing happiness with the world, desperately trying to keep their happiness between each other. Share it. Aw, that's adorable, that one. Monogamy? Madness! Dead Randy, the Sexy Necromancer, Harmony Arc, Episode 5. Monogamy? Madness! Finally, Sally and Randy see the error of their ways. After an amicable breakup and a promise to remain sharing a portion, albeit a small one, of their love between each other, Randy and Sally tear through the Bone Zone, vigorously loving everyone in their path. Oh, I love a happy ending. I guess the last 40 pages are just meant to, you know, lock the message down. Not quite sure what the zombie butts falling off is supposed to represent, but I'm sure Miss Agnes nailed the metaphor, whatever it is. Okay, now it's just pervy. Well, that was fun. I learned about sharing affection with the people I meet, being kind and caring, and learning not to judge others. Well, and how to bone mad zombie dames. Let's carry on with the investigation. Sleeping area. Designated sleeping area. Look, before we go any further, let me just say that what we do at the Miskatonic is sometimes a little vicious, or a little sadistic, even objectively cruel, but it's necessary, alright? The universe is a writhing cauldron of unrelenting malice. We do what we do to make sure you don't realize that fact. Oh, a key. A cop key. A key to the holding cell. Let's head back to the locked door and check it out. Success! Now let's find out where the goo's coming from. Oh. What's that? It's a brain. A human one. With holes in it. Don't humans need their brains? Yeah, they do. There's got to be an explanation for this. The university is stealing brains to extract weird orange brain goo out of them? I mean, why? What's the point? This is probably why they don't want us here. Because of brain goo experiments. Yeah. We're gonna have to play it cool. Figure out who we can trust at the university and ask them some questions. Well, Rumman's been there a while, and I know I can trust a fellow witch. And you can trust a fellow Lizzie! Exactly, that's like half the faculty right there! Besides, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for all this. We just gotta be careful not to get fired for insubordination or treason or whatever. Go on, partner, let's go do some sleuthing back at home base. So, Shard, how was your assignment? Good, it was good. Knocked on the door, waited around outside for a while, no response, came back home. And you didn't go inside the outpost? Inside? Oh, no, I didn't go inside. Was told not to, so I didn't. Just knocked on the door and left. Haha, inside, you crazy. Right. Well, we'll send a team to investigate and search for our missing researcher. Thank you, Charlotte. We had no intention of sending you on an assignment so early. So, what do I do now? You return to your quarters and get some rest. Tomorrow, you start patrolling the occult science building. Right. Well, talk to you later, Bob. Looks like we're in the clear, Liz. Are we still being detectives? Damn right. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. But for now, let's get some sleep and start investigating tomorrow. Okay, see you tomorrow, Charlotte. I'm gonna go pray to Yog-Sothoth. See you, Lizzie. What the hell? Is this really what the world looks like? There's like chunks missing. And chunks added. So the little witch girl had discovered that the university has been harvesting goo from kidnapped prisoners. But what was the strange goo? And why would the university be doing something so dastardly? Oh, and just so you know, I had no idea what they were planning. I was just that cute French girl that was vivisecting creepy monsters for the sake of education. Oui? So don't go accusing all the university of being all dastardly. Some of us were as dumb as the little witch girl. Why do you keep calling me the little witch girl? I'm exactly the same size as you. Our story resumes with our little witch girl quietly investigating the strange orange goo, while keeping her appearances as security guard of the occult science building. But the little witch girl did not know it was her loyalties were being tested every turn. I'm 22. I'm a grown-ass woman. Voluptuous, almost. Good morning, Miskatonic. It's me, Mindy in the morning, with the Miskatonic morning announcements. She stole the bloody posters. Then again, I like those posters too, to be honest. What is this morning you speak of? It sounds awful. First off, thanks to our dedicated and highly trained fodder, the Corporium is now host to a hefty portion of Cthulhu flesh, and all at a record cost of only 7 fatalities. Man, I'm getting fat. On to international news. The Miskatonic University's Canadian branch is suffering a Yeti infestation brought about by their recent "How many Yetis can we get" series of experiments. I can't tell if that means the experiments were a success or a failure. Is there a human resource department in this building? Only I'm wondering if the best way to start a work day is by blaring news about a freaking Yeti apocalypse into my head. Call me crazy. Oh, hey Lizzie, how's it going? Is she just even filthier than normal? Also, look at all the different... I love those posters. I just love them. What you doing? Grime bath. Keeps all the New England atmosphere off, so I don't get any extra bits and bobs sticking out of here and there, like the folks here. Secret witchy trick. Wanna try some? What's in it? Oh, lavender, rose petals, sandalwood, ambergris, some guy's blood, mushed worms, horse placenta, powdered dog, a small southern fox, bacon grease, squirrel, and a peppermint for that tingy fresh sleep feeling. Horse placenta? Like my dead mother used to say, ain't nothing gets through horse placenta. She drank a lot. They sent a team to New Orleans to investigate what we found, so we're on errand duty today. I think someone needs your help in the library. Okay, when my grime seeps in a bit, I'll go see what they want. Thanks, Lizzie. Oh, Annie, I thought Mrs. Roth did the breakfasts. She's off catering some dopey executive brunch for the higher-ups, so I'm delivering today. Here's yours. Who is it? I don't know if it had a name, seeing as it's a bacon sandwich. I could ask if you want. Wait, really? It's like human food? No, it's a pig. No, I mean, never mind. Thanks, Annie. No problem, my lovey. You want seconds? You come find me. Toodles. Huh. Guess Annie's not made up of 100% pure aggravating after all. Now, about that... Well, apparently I'm in the I'm in the library. Better get over there. And there she is on the bloody ceiling again. Right, it's about 4. Yeah, I think I'll take a break now.